What's going on, keepers? I'm Kane and this is Noodle. And today we're going to show you Tiny and we're going to move her up to a new enclosure. Well, kind of new. She's going to move back to her big enclosure where she's supposed to be. And on top of that, we've been having all kinds of clutches, so we're going to get you caught up on that. So stick around and see what we've got in store. Alright, let's go out here and check out what kind of wood we got left in our little treasure trove so we can get something picked out for Tiny. She will crawl around on some of this for enrichment, but mostly it's going to be more for our enjoyment than hers, because she's not going to have a lot to do with it. That big piece back there is nice, but I feel like I would have to lean that up against the wall to keep it stood up to where it was viewable, and then I feel like she would just climb behind it and hide. I kind of like this piece right here, this like half hollowed out log. It's pretty heavy too, so let's see if we can do something with that. And maybe a couple little accent pieces. Let's see, we kind of want to have that same grayish look as that one. What's this right here? That's pretty cool. I think we could probably do something with that. Doesn't necessarily go with the look though, so I don't know. We do have that other kind of half grainy log look over there, but I don't know what we would do with that. Honestly, we could just go with that one big piece, and then of course we'll grab a few rocks. But anyway, I'm gonna glance around through this pile and we'll see what we got, and then I'll just surprise you when we get in there. All right, it's time again. We got another clutch. I've been watching her every day. I knew she was about to pop at any second. So this is Sugar, our super Mojave girl. We paired her to Salt, our super lesser male. So these will all be lesser Mojaves. So let's see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs. We'll get them all candled and we'll see how they're doing. Alright, we got them all pulled apart here. We did have a little bit of issue with this one. If you want to check it out here, it's we did poke just a little hole in it. So I've always heard you just take some Scotch tape and just tape it over. I know it sounds sorry, but for lack of better words, it sounds ghetto. But that's what people said they've done, and it's worked. And that's why some people are against pulling the eggs apart. I like to pull the eggs apart because it gives me a chance to candle all of them. It gives plenty of room for when the snake tries to cut out of the egg, so he's not like trying to cut out against another snake and he's kind of trapped in there. And then whenever it's about time and one of them pips, we can sit here and cut each one of them open and look at them. It's just what everybody does. I know some people are diehard against it, some people are diehard for it. You know, it is what it is, but that's how we do it. So you can see we got them all candled. We got our crosses on there to signify where the top of the egg is. Everything had veins and everything had an embryo. So we've got super lesser, which is Salt, to our super Mojave, which is Sugar. Our laid date is 5/13/25, and our hatch by date is
July 12th. 7/12.
7/12/25. And all of these will be bells, so they will all be solid white, blue-eyed snakes. And this is actually our third clutch out of sugar. So she's made babies for us. This will be the 3rd time. So that is just awesome. She was our first clutch that we ever had. And now she's still, 3 years later, still working for us. So that puts us for the 2nd clutch this year and 5 potential more clutches that we may have. Let's hope. So that's awesome, guys. Just wanted to always like to record pulling the clutches out and show you the process. I had a good idea though. I think something would be cool. So this is what we ended up deciding on. So this is our half log that we was looking at outside. I got 3 little decent sized rocks, not much. And then this piece of wood right here is pretty cool. It's actually got a rock that's grown into it, or the wood has grown over the rock. My dad found that. We was out at a river and I was looking around for driftwood, and he was like, "Hey, check this one out. It's got a rock in it." So, and then for her basket area, instead of just using the slate stones like I did with Tegu, you know, Tiny's not going to be in here digging and moving stuff around. So, I said slate stones, the concrete slabs. So we're actually going to use slate stones and make a naturalistic basket spot. And I think that's going to look really cool. So let me get all this in here and then we'll check back in with you. Day 2, clutch number 3. So our previous video we just recorded a clutch, coming here the next day and we got another clutch. Let's go. All right, so this is a new girl as well. This is the first time that she's been bred. So she is a banana het clown, and she was paired to a bongo double het clown pie. So our best case scenario is we could get a banana bongo clown het pie. That would be great. Let's hit those odds. But anyway, let's get these set up and we'll get back to you. Let's go. We just got through candling them all. They all got veins, they all got embryos. So 6 good eggs. Let's see, laid 5/14/25 and hatched by
July 13. 7/13.
7/13.
Because yesterday was 7/12.
25. Alright, that's another clutch. That makes 3 clutches this season so far. And a potential 4 more to go. It's starting out to be a good year. We got it all set up, so let's check it out. So we got our slate natural basking area over here, which I think turned out really cool. We was kind of worried about the hole in the back of that log where maybe she could go through it. So I backed it all the way up against the wall where she couldn't. And I'm also hoping she'll use it as a shelf. So like maybe she wants to be close to the heat lamp but not under it. We put a couple of rocks in here for her to rub around against to help her shed. And then that piece of wood just to add some more ambiance. And then of course we've got our bowl and our hide. But see, we don't want to do a whole lot in here because Burmese require a lot of cleanup. You know, they make big messes. So we still want to be able to get in here and maintenance it. And if we got to take a bunch of stuff out to do that, it's going to be kind of a pain. Anyway, let's go get Tiny and put her in her new enclosure. We got Tiny here and let's put her in her new home. Now I'm sure this is going to drive my dogs nuts being right here at ground level for them. Oh yeah, look at her, she's already checking it out. Alright, well we're going to close this up and spend the next week trying to train the dog to not bark at the snake every 2 seconds. He'll get used to it though. He did the same thing with Tegu. He barked at him every day and then he finally got used to it. We put him in here for a minute so that there's no danger of, you know, dog, snake. You gotta be careful. But anyway, Tiny's in her new house. I mean, I can't believe it. Same week, clutch number 3. Let's go. We are just cranking them out this week. So here we've got our banana het pied to our bongo pied male. I candled them. All of them got veins. All of them got embryos. So we got another 7 good eggs. We paired 7 girls, and so far 4 of them have laid, and they've all had good eggs. So I'm just thrilled. They laid. What's the month?
May. So July.
17, 25, and hatched by
July 16th, 7/16.
7/16, 25. Now we got 4 new clutches for this season so far, and I'm loving it. Alright, just like we was talking about the other day, so check out here, our Dumeril boas are having nothing to do with each other. For about the last 2 or 3 days, they've been completely separated. So that means they're done breeding, and it worked out in perfect timing. 3 days before we got Tiny moved, they stopped pairing, so now we can separate them, and hopefully Big Mama is gonna have a big litter of snakes. So let's get Papa out of here and move him back down to the bottom one. Tiny's back to her new home. These 2 are separated. The Dumeril's boa's breeding is done. And let's hope that the deed worked and we can get some baby Dumerils. I always enjoy moving animals up to bigger enclosures. It's always fun when you first put them in there and watch them explore all over everything. And Tiny, honestly, is probably my favorite pet out of all the ones we have. Don't get me wrong, I love Noodle, and he's our mascot. He was my first snake, but I have more of a connection with Tiny than any of the other ones. If I could only pick one reptile to keep, it would definitely be Tiny. Sorry, Noodle. But with that being said, I do love the ball pythons, and I'm super excited for all the clutches we've been having, and I can't wait till they start hatching out. But as always, I appreciate y'all watching today's video, and remember, your hobby can bring you joy, but only Jesus can bring you peace. Hope to see y'all in the next one.